I need to restart my client as well.
Of course you do. You know why you do?
Yep. I have to stop watching films on a whim. I've been doing that a lot recently.
Oh yeah, and has that been detrimental?
Yeah, no, I enjoy the films quite a lot. It just takes up a lot of my time, you know. Prepare to fight.
Good at Doom is not an Alfonsoism, damn it. It's a Tarnsmanism.
I'm pretty sure that originated from Jimmy, or... No, that originated from Caesar, didn't it? He uploaded that Good at Doom video.
Did he?
Of him playing his own XA Tower map.
No, I think I was saying Good at Doom before that.
So this map is, if I recall, not good. It's more tunnels.
Oh, I thought this map was called Comic Con, not ComCon. This MIDI. I'm generally a fan of atmospheric MIDIs over, like, heavy MIDIs.
Yeah. This one doesn't really work for me either. The MIDI selection so far has been pretty obnoxious. Although the sounds of them has been pretty, I don't know.
I don't think this MIDI fits this level at all.
No.
Oh, this is the original MIDI for it? Okay, cool. For something that was a MIDI in 1994, that's significantly less annoying. It also kind of sounds like a remix of that one Doom track.
Cool. I crushed me an Archvile. Well...
So, layout.
It's not...
Again, and I'm gonna say this a million times, you can't have good atmosphere without a good layout. Because to have good atmosphere, you need to have a good place, and in order to have a good place, you have to have a good layout. Like, it's all a complete package, for me.
I think we have different understanding of what layout means, though.
Structure?
That's architecture. Well, when you say structure, then I just hear architecture.
No, but, like, if the architecture is like this giant, continuous, straight line, it's not atmospheric for me, because...
That's not structure to me, though. I think we're getting tied up in different definitions there, that's why I'm in disagreement with you. When you say that layout is intrinsic to architecture, that doesn't make any sense to me. Unless you're somehow arguing that the way in which you progress, like, pace yourself through the level, which I guess can have some impact, but to me that's second nature.
Layout is how everything connects to each other, and how everything connects to each other refers to how it's all going to be shaped, which is how you design the architecture. Like, again...
Right, the first part's correct, but for me I pull up at the second part and say that's just an architecture and something completely different. To me, architecture and layout are two very different things.
No.
Okay.
Okay, because the how you progress is entirely based on the shape of the map. And what the shape of the map is going to be how it...
Alright, the shape of the map top down. Like, if you're looking at the Doom Builder 2 shot or something, or on the auto map.
Right, but okay, you build a map from the bottom up. The auto map from top down has to be solid before the vertical can be applied and look decent.
I don't know what you're saying then.
Okay, so the shape of the room from top down has to be functional before you can apply the depth and all that to it.
Yeah?
So, at the very intrinsic level, layout is the most important thing. Then everything
else... talking about how... where... if atmosphere derives mostly from layout or from architecture, right? Which I'm saying is two different things. You're saying you have to start with layout before you even get to the architectural stage, but I would say the atmosphere only begins when you get to the architectural stage.
Oh, no, I would agree with that, but if the foundation isn't there, everything else is... don't even bother talking about that yet, because you're building off of a failed base. The base has to be solid first, is my point. And until the base is solid...
Right, so you're saying layout is more of an all-encompassing thing.
I'm saying layout...
Such that it makes sense to say that atmosphere is dependent on layout, whereas I'm sort of separating the two things.
No, layout is definitely an all-encompassing thing. All aspects of map design are tied together. This is not something that's like visuals and gameplay are not separate, despite what everybody says, okay? If your map looks ugly, it's gonna play ugly, generally. Like, in a sense that, like, a good Time of Death map, visually, even though it's still in his weird Time of Death style, looks a lot better than, like, Time of Death for the bad Megawatt project, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Good job.
Thank you. So, I don't know. Like, this map, all the architecture in the world isn't saving this map because the shapes aren't there for it to function.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stick to the whole atmospheric aspect, really. I'm not trying to
Right, well...
diverge from that much.
Yeah, well, atmosphere is derived from architecture, right?
Right, yeah.
And architecture is derived from layout.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's where...
I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't want to take the layout, definition to that extent. So I know it's that important, but I mean, it's like when you were defining linearity and how you can say that everything is essentially linear when it comes down to it. Pragmatically, it's just not worth sort of keeping definitions that broad when you want to talk about it, because it just confuses things.
For linearity, I would agree, not for layout, because I think that not forcing people to make a strong base before they focus on anything else is detrimental to map design. I think that,
Sorry. Oh, God. Wow, where did that come? The game.
Where the fuck do we go?
I don't know, but that is a... Okay, I have a yellow key. You two have a yellow key? I don't know.
I do have the yellow key, I don't know where I apply it.
Let's go west. Go west!
But we're not Fightful, we can't go west. What's the blue? We don't have the blue. I found stuff that hasn't died yet. That's an improvement.
Hello.
Thank you.
Oh no, we're trapped.
Oh no, Alfonso, what are we gonna do? That sure was a thing.
This map set in the hole.
No, I agree. Like, I don't think you're being curmudgeonly when you dislike this map set. I fully enthusiastically support your dislike of this map set. On the whole, I think it's a failure.
You'd probably be more productive just talking about the sort of community projects with goals similar to this that have succeeded and count them on one hand. Are there any? As community projects, I guess you could put Doom the way it did in that camp.
Yeah.
I mean, in judging it.
Yeah.
I'm looking back on it now. I think there's many flaws in it. But as far as community projects go, I think it's a pretty good deal. I mean, whenever you're being critical of something, project goals like this, you always have to keep that in mind. It has, 30 different authors or what have you.
Okay, so I'm starting to get bothered by this, when we say community projects as well, what do you expect? I mean, I consider Doom 2 the way it did a community project. Everybody had an equal opportunity to provide material for the project, And to me, that's a community project. Everybody had
Yeah.
the ability to provide input, and then it was selected from there what was like quality and what wasn't, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think that a community project necessarily, like, you have to say, well, we can judge it on a different standard because it's a community project. I would say more that you can judge it on a different standard because the project had no quality control,
Uh-huh.
but not intrinsically because it was a community project.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. Although, no, I do disagree in one respect, because we know that if the case of Doom the Way it did is that if you only had three authors involved, one who focused on Sandy, one who focused on Romero the Hall, that the overall product would have been better. Can't help but say, in that circumstance as well, considering that there were 5 different authors going for one style, that makes them all look a little bit better.
Um, I would argue that if you had 3 people, it would have inherently been better. I do think that having, like, I'm glad I was only 10 maps and not, like, half of Doomed. Like, I didn't even like being 10 maps because I think just, like, having a broader approach creates more diversity and more unique ideas and generally a more interesting project. To the point where if you have more people, it's not dependent on the number of people you have so much as the quality and the focus of their input and how, like, critical the testing phase is and how polished it becomes during it. Thank you, Maggot220.
Oh, him again.
Fucking Maggot.
Crate base.
This is.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh
Fun
god.
map today.
That.
Danny, I reached the top. What is he saying, Baby's Day Out?
Win in Baby's Day Out.
That film.
I remember that film, man.
Very, very vividly.
Let's see how much of that film I can remember. Okay, so the baby's rich, and they're gonna be photographers, and then the criminals decide to be photographers, and they kidnap the baby, and they take it back to their apartment, and then the bald guy fucks up, and gets hit in the nuts, and the baby goes out of the window and falls down, and then goes to the department store, and then
the zoo.
and then the zoo, and then the gorilla scene.
Yep.
The gorilla scene, and then they go to the park, and that guy's crotch gets lit on fire.
Yeah.
And then they chase it. Isn't the construction site right after that?
Yeah.
And then he
That's
goes.
like the climax.
Yeah, and then they go to the old veterans home where they find the baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good memory. Underrated kids film, I thought. I mean, considering that I liked it so much.
Dude, I watched that
As a kid. I haven't met any other kids who disliked.
I liked it as a kid. If I watched it now,
you don't like fucking Joe Pantoliano and that on tag.
what is this?
Well, thanks for opening that up.
That's the most retarded door I've ever seen in my life. Dude, there are some actors. That was a Duke puzzle.
Yeah, Duke Nukem had a lot of those. Although they were, the combinations are pretty easy because there are only 3 switches.
Do I remember so very little about Duke Nukem? So what is this music?
Yeah, I've heard it before. Again, can't recall its origins.
So this
Hello,
map's-
Spider Mastermind.
This map's pretty cool. Are there, like, maps that really utilize stock textures? Ew, those computer monitors.
You mean these ones?
Yes. It's precisely what I mean. Okay, well I found where we need to go when we get everything. How do you mark on the auto map?
M.
I'm not gonna fucking remember that, but whatever. I'll remember where this is in my mind, because I'm not an Alfonso. I don't have a damaged brain. Alright, now we just need the yellow. Did we find the secret exit in Realm of Chaos?
We did. In fact, it was the only exit I reached.
Oh. Dude, I was
Could
like...
just be a-
I was like passing out at that point because I was so disinterested in the map set that my body was like, oh hey, by the way, you have to be up in an hour and a half. You should probably be like asleep. That's where we go when we need to finally beat the map. Okay.
I remember getting lost in this map as well. This kind of reminds me of places of a McDonald map. A slightly worse one, but same. Okay. Going places. Whoop. So that's a secret.
Oh!
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow. So this is a place? Okay, dude, come down here.
Where is down here?
Okay, we have 12. Right, go to the spider muscle, like, where the top is, like, up the lift. And then follow the pathway around to the end. Yeah, there. Okay, now don't jump off. Turn right. Yeah, and then to the corner, like, where the shadow is. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
So this is a thing, that's cool.
Ugh. Rocketeering.
And that's like 800 chain gunners coming to get me. Did you hit both of these switches already? With the red and the
I died.
blue? Hey, did you hit the red and the blue switches here?
No.
Oh, because I can't hit them.
Unless they're the ones at the top of, like, the lift. In which case I did hit those.
Okay. The ones right here.
Yeah, no, I did hit those to open the door.
Okay. Well, why don't you hit the white switch if you hit the red and the blue ones?
I died too quickly to do anything else.
Yeah, but it's the 4th of July, man. You gotta be patriotic.
Celebrating Independence Day. It was up to me. I wouldn't have allowed it.
Just wouldn't have allowed it. I don't think the British allowed it.
They didn't. No, they did. Of course, there's an agreement, but they didn't. Like in their heart of hearts. I can't believe I'm speaking for people of the.
No, I'm pretty sure they didn't because we had that whole thing called the Revolutionary War.
No, that was like a treaty sign at the end. Obviously, that was the part where they went okay.
Yeah, but that wasn't like we declared independence and they just honored it right from the get-go.
So I'm saying I wouldn't have allowed it, bro.
Oh, you just would have, like, we lost the war, but we're still not gonna allow it? Like, how would that work?
We would wait several centuries until you forgot, and then be like, we're back, bitches. To reclaim the king and country. Hey, wait.
Oh! Oh, excellent.
You think the land is yours, but, sit tight, Brohan. So apparently we're gonna access the secret exit anyway.
Is that what the secret this goes to?
Well, no, I mean, the, yellow key was the secret key.
Oh, was it? Oh, well, fuck. I just assumed this is where the exit was. That's why I went here. Because you needed all three, and usually I assume all three equals exit.
Yeah.
Oh, holy fuck! So I saw that rocket, and I was like, well, there goes my life. And I was like, fucking, I didn't even hear the cyber demon, and then it wasn't.
Moo!
Moo!
Someone needs to make a map called the Grazing Fields.
Just cyber demons meandering around.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, did we have to create?
Okay, this is a regular exit, I think. But it doesn't matter, we can just go to it, can't we?
That was
Well,
Traver's Dune map.
Travis Dunn appears to be dominating.
He does.
We can call it quits here, or keep going, it's up to you.
No.
Oh, so this is another MIDI track I just don't like, because it's obnoxious and loud.
This is Castlevania. How can you hate Castlevania? Well, I don't like this particular rendition of it. No, this rendition I'm not a fan of. Especially how, like, twingy and, like, light the instrumentation is. I thought... It's very, like, steely, I guess?
1 health, oh no!
I don't know, but they really fucked this song up, that's for sure. I don't know, somebody who's not as musically retarded as me, what the fuck am I trying to say about the instrumentation? It's very... It's all, like, light and... like, oh. Shotgun guy, I'm trying to admire this. Yup. Like this right here, where it's like all like
This.
high pitched and.
Tarsman, what is this?
1994 turns into 11, which turns into 94. It's like poetry, they rhyme.
If I recall correctly, this map features 2 cyber demons in close proximity. Quite a terrifying encounter. Good luck. If I also recall correctly, we're coming up to it right now.
I played the 5-minute Megawatt project, and I played one of the most difficult maps I think I've
Okay,
ever.
you go right, I'll go left. Oh, but they don't come out yet or something. Oh no, they do. Just one? Really? I think I probably played an early beta of this where there were 2.
Anyways, okay, there's a map by the Mnemonic Donut in the 5-minute Megawatt.
Yeah.
It's called, like, the X of Blood or something like that, and it's, like, one of the hardest things I've ever played in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4-way cross that you're stuck in a, like, a 192 by 190, or, no, 128 by 128 square in the middle, and there are cyber demons on each end. You can't kill them because you only have a pistol, and you just have to stand on that 128 and dodge rockets from all 4 different directions.
It could be fun.
Oh, I survived. It was, like, fucking retarded, though. I was like, holy shit. You have to
Are you sure you survived, or did you just die? And
No,
then
I
wait
died and wait for the icon of sin, but I was gonna say I survived for a minute out of the minute and 30 seconds. It was fucking ridiculous. Like I said, I like this track when it's not being raped by whatever the fuck this instrumentation is.
Infinity Plus. I was squashed by mandibles.
What would you do if, like, Mancubi were very gentlemanly and, like, classy and shit? But, like,
What
they
would I do? Nothing. Just approve.
Like, that was a thing. But they're like terrible mannered eaters. They'll be like I'll consider it, and they're like, yes, how can I, like, help you and do your chores and shit for you and whatnot? Like, I want to be a helpful Mancubi. And then you'd be like, thank you, Mancubi, or Mancubus. Can I offer you some food? And they'll be like, yeah, and then they'll just, like, pig trough that shit and just shove their face in. And you'll be like, I can't believe I let this man into my house and he's eating my food! Oh.
Could you pass the pate? Exit the map.
I want to exit the map, but I can't find the red key to get back out through that red door.
That's okay.
Thanks, Malinku and Phobos.
Well, I didn't think of much of the map, but it's still better than uh-oh. Oh no.
Tunnels. It's literally...
Oh no.
That's
cool
Sky.
skybox.
Yeah, that's Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I just realized that's from a game that
Is it from a Terminator game?
This is a game that I used to own on the original Game Boy. Skybox similar to that, and I can't remember what it was. It was a side-scroller, pretty freaky. We played some sort of a masked crusader type figure. It was technologically advanced, in an apocalyptic environment, assaulted by aliens. I don't remember. It doesn't really narrow it down, to be honest.
What the fuck is this? Okay.
This is only the beginning.
Is this the worst map in the set? Is this Mount Pain?
Yes.
This is worse than Trenches. And Trenches has a segment where you have to backtrack halfway across one part of the map for no reason other than because...
Tarnsman, we should have inquired more about this map with 40 ounces of you.
Is this a 40-ounce map?
Yep.
40 ounce! Why?
I recall during the speed mapping extravaganza, the last one, 2.5, in which you said 40 ounces to be ashamed of the amount of orthogonal corners in this map. Well, you need not be you need not fill. Yes.
So we got Ribix and Capellan and Zap 610 for Saturday.
Oh, really? That's cool. Got Zap as well. That's awesome.
I have no idea who the fuck Zap is, so...
I think he's Jetsons.
Yeah, Essel said he made some maps for Splatoon 5.
Tunnels!
This is the worst thing.
Oh, God.
Okay, so... we're talking about, like, the goal of this project, and, you know, how the focus is always to make a good map. Okay, well... here's how you could properly interpret this. Tunnels. The guy wanted to make a tunnel system, so make a good tunnel system. I mean, you can do tunnels and just have them not be shit. Like, if you...
Okay, in that case, I think that my only done it was at Starbo, yeah. Well, I think it was Starbo who had the project, yeah, it was. Anyway, yeah, he was saying that you had to use the layout as a base, like the existing layout. From the
yeah,
original.
you can't use the
Spruce that
existing layout and spruce that up. You know how you do that? You do tunnels as presented by Pavera.
Yeah, but that's not using the existing layout.
It is. Shapes...
Yeah, but not according to Snabu.
well,
I
Sarbu's
mean, you
just
quite happily say that
wrong.
Snabu's like approach is incorrect. Yeah. In that case, fine.
No, you can absolutely use the original... the original layout is just, like, the overall shape of the map, but you could double the size of that, or triple it, and still keep, like, the overall original layout.
Yeah, but again, I don't think that's what Snabu meant. He meant specifically original layout. Things very small.
Well, then the project goal is just fucked, because then you're gonna just get people who are shoving shit in.
The other alternative is just to not use this map as a base. Like, don't use tunnels.
Yeah, absolutely. Who selected these maps?
Snabu? I have no idea. No, actually, no. I think you can select any map you want. In which case, 40 ounce Y.
But anyways, so I think that approach is intrinsically wrong because it inherently leads people. I mean, if you have to use the original layout, the only thing you can do is just shove sectors into it.
I might go back to the thread and double check because I could be wrong. It could be that your proposed solution was indeed possible. So then it's all 40 ounces fault. Which it is anyway, let's be honest, for picking this map as a base.
Where the fuck do we and how do we?
think these are timed lifts. Yes, they are.
Oh, that's kind of... You just shot me from behind and knocked me off the lift. This is one of my least favorite things ever.
This track, this map plus the Rawnwood track would send me into apoplectic fits.
Epiplectic?
Yeah.
You mean epileptic?
Nope.
Epipleptic? The fuck
Apoplectic.
What is epipleptic?
I don't know.
It's okay.
I should do. Hit that switch. Thank you.
Well, I would agree that this map is so bad it could invent a new medical condition.
You mean like Brundage?
Brundage, man. I got Brundage the other day. It was very unfortunate. Thankfully, they took care of that shit, like, in the 40s, so they had, like, a cure ready to go. It was like, fuck yeah.
Oh god, dying in this map.
Oh.
Navigate the fucking tunnels.
Playing this map legitimately, like, as in, you know, all one life. That makes me die a little on the inside, Alfonso.
Thanks.
That was entirely intentional, man, and I won't hear anything otherwise. Okay, this map is just bad. Like, you know how you can take a map and you can, like, list the things that are bad with it? Like a nice little check mark, like, this fails, this fails, this fails.
All of the above?
Yeah, this is the, yeah, I was gonna say, this is just everything is checked, and just, see me after class in big red letters is written on it. I just tried to save the game.
Thanks, Cacodemon.
Like how we have like 4 different ways of pronouncing Cacodemon. And they're all right. Unless, like, cacodemons are actually a thing in, like, some ancient Romanian, like, witch doctor culture.
Cacodemon is actually a word. A particular foreign language which simply means evil spirit.
Oh.
So back then when I SSG'd you past down a corridor, you actually passed another opening so quickly that none of the monsters woke up.
That's kind of cool. I need to figure out where the fuck the blue is applied. Because I have it.
Yeah.
I think I see it.
Surprised keys are even used in this map at all.
This map is... I'm just glad the green isn't damaging. There are 500... How have we already killed 304 monsters? We've only been in this... Wow. I guess because they're all...
Yeah, wow, what the hell?
It doesn't feel like we've killed 304 monsters.
Wow.
Okay.
Before you get to the exit of exit switch this map, just take a look at the order map.
I've already looked at it. Okay, Alfonso, so... I want you to explain to me how architecture could save this.
Architecture could? Like,
Yeah.
without widening anything?
Just use this layout and save it with architecture.
You can only make it look more interesting, you couldn't make it play any better. You could, however, improve the atmosphere. A billionfold.
I would say, yeah, you could make being trapped in unfucking playable tunnels a little bit more atmospheric.
First of all, make it so that the tunnels we're walking on is empty air and there's sky beneath you, but not directly beneath you. Like, use the space in between the tunnels on the auto map to sort of be multiple tiered descending structures. So you can see the sky is sort of about 20 feet beneath your feet. There you go. That's some interesting architecture right there, which is crazy and unusual, and all of a sudden, super cool architecture. It still plays like shit, because tunnels, but... Yeah.
Still don't think that's visually that interesting, because you're still trapped in a straight rectangle.
but it is visually more interesting.
It is visually more interesting, but because, like, you're painting a turd at that point. Like, architecture and atmosphere are flourish. That you're applying to a gigantic pile of shit.
You said how to improve it.
No,
So
no, I agree.
suggest
Okay,
it's better.
so to finally sum up my thoughts on our arguments, atmosphere is directly derived from architecture, and architecture at its finest is directly derived from layout. And while you can have architecture that's, you know, more than this with a shitty layout, architecture and atmosphere are like the cherry on top that needs a nice meal to go with it. Otherwise, you're just, you know, oh, here's this pile of shit to eat, and, you know, here's, you know, a Milky Way.
The masks.
The mask.
Oh, why did that teleport take me back to the start? What a load of turd. So I completely lost you, and now, good luck.
I don't even know where I am. Like, I legitimately no longer know who I am as a person because of this map. Like, I don't know what my morals are, my political affiliation, my religious belief. I just don't know it. Just everything is gone, Alfonso. I don't know what I do for a living, where I attended school, what city I was born in. This map, it just ate them all.
You remind me of a pretty cool Twilight episode in which a guy who was broken, unemployed, and couldn't get a job and had an application going, but it weren't returning his calls. He needed to pay for his rent, and so he ended up selling his memories in order to pay for it. Like kind of pawn shop equivalent. And then they eventually got back to him, the employment officer, the company that was going to hire him, and asked for his credentials, and he couldn't remember because he sold them.
Oh god, this is terrifying.
It's a good Twilight Zone has some pretty good stories going.
It does.
Some great speculative fiction in there.
Oh yeah.
I see you shot the shit out of this switch here in an attempt to get it to operate.
Oh no! There was a Hell Knight in front of that switch, and that was just all the missing shit that was me hitting the Hell Knight.
Why are there any dead ends at all in this map ever?
Because why this passageway that I'm in right now?
Mm-hmm.
I hate everything it chooses to be. Not so much, but everything.
Caught up with you eventually.
Where the fuck are we?
This is the start. I also like how this door is closed on us, preventing us, meaning that we have to backtrack an additional 5 minutes to get back to that location.
Oh, okay. There's a teleporter in the start.
Oh, here we are. Yeah.
Why would you... This room.
What is it with this map set? I mean, considering the number of different authors for this map set, it only reinforces the point that there are certain going trends, especially around the end of the 2000s era, that are perfectly captured in this set of lights right here. I mean, all the authors seem to do it.
Stop.
A few like Travis Star.
I've told. Where was the lights?
Just this shit here.
Oh yeah, fucking shit.
And the borders. Thanks.
Okay,
Emma.
okay, so borders are fine as long as they're not this hard. Is this this is literally the end of Tenements? Except
that's like taking the worst idea and then somehow miraculously lowering the bar beneath the fucking bedrock in order to make it work. This is
holy, like, how is that even possible? More so, I admire the resolve of somebody who takes something that's shit and goes, you know, I could make that so much worse. Stand back, guys. Where do I approach you?
I think this track assists in his task.
Oh, this track is like monotony incarnate. Um, so I need to figure out where the fuck the yellow is applied. Oh wait, I know exactly where the yellow is applied. Also, it doesn't help that every title is exactly the same. Let's see the yellow fucking door.
I can't believe somebody else did this. This is not my fucking UAC Ultra. Like, 2. Specifically 2, because of its fucking layout. And
That's the single most useless Spider Mastermind I've ever seen in my life.
that's also the accent of the map.
Tunnel.
I'm just reveling in the auto map right now. What is?
Oh my god, we have to play Tunnel 11.1 by Dominique.
Laverne.
Oh my god. Yay, D-Doom. I love D-Doom.
Alright. Thanks, Subway Redux, but maybe another time. I'm out. Out for now.
No, hold up. Before this ends, I
Yes.
am finding Tunnel 11.
Okay.
Tunnel 11.1. No, this is by... It's the wrong Tunnel 11.wad. Here we go. It has 4 stars on id Games.
I think it's already in the Tuna Project manual that you downloaded. There's a separate file, I think.
Let me see. What would that be under? No, I closed that off the second I popped the megawatt out of it. Let me. id Games isn't working. Whatever. Just I'll put that down as a note to self. We'll play Tunnel 11.1 another time. Oh god.
On second thought, I'm not going to be interested in replaying the originals. I just don't have it.
I
have it in me.
I want to play the originals of a couple, like Bug Hunt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's about it. All right, man. Talk to you later.
Have a good one.